Good evening, everybody out there in internet land. My name is Troy Bernier, and this is the Miami International Science Fiction Film Festival. And today we're going to talk about the movie called The American Alien. That's right. It sounds exactly what you might be thinking. We have Mr. Rodrigo Rodriguez joining us all the way from Austin, Texas. He's the director of the film, and The American Alien is a genre-bending short comedy drama sci-fi where this absurd journey of a gray alien who gets caught at the US-Mexican border and is processed into the US immigration system. His fellow detainees can see that he is not one of us, and US bureaucracy only sees a small brown-skinned boy. He befriends Yesenia, a 7-year-old El Salvadoran girl who has been separated from her mother. The two navigate the bizarre bureaucratic world of the asylum-seeking migrant. So here we are, Mr. Rodrigo. How are you, sir?
How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it. And this short is going to be playing at MiSciFi 2024 this year. And we'd like to know a little bit more about you. Who are you? Why'd you do this?
Well, I've been working in film since I was in college. It's been an absolute passion. I've done work in over 25 different countries, done all sorts of work from producing, directing, lots of produced with Michael Moore on his TV show, TV Nation. Done a lot of work with Discovery Channel. I've chased UFOs on TV shows like Borderline Paranormal and Sightings, and directed a lot of commercials for a lot of soap. So just overall, all sorts of parts of the industry. And I have 2 companies, Rio Films, which is where I work as an executive producer. And that's mainly doing content for Hispanic and bilingual audiences. And then I also have a motion picture equipment rental company, which is called Citrus Digital. So, all that keeps me busy.
Yeah, so you've been in the industry for quite some time.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what inspired the production of The American Alien.
Sure. It actually goes a little bit to what I was just saying. I spent so much time doing work for other people.
Yeah.
That I wanted to apply my experience and knowledge to something entirely of my own without a client supervising. So I wrote and directed this piece, a short film, and part of my desire to continue to work more into narrative and documentaries, and basically wake up in the morning and do only what I want to do. That's the goal.
Yeah, but The American Alien is but the American Alien is not just your average film. It's really sending its subtext is not the common thread, you know.
Absolutely. And there is a backstory to it. About a year and a half before The American Alien went into production, I personally went in and was embedded with the U.S. Border Patrol on a documentary project, a straight up, documentary project on just exactly what's going on at the Mexican-U.S. border. And so I was actually in there. I mean, I was actually part of chases. I was part of interrogations. I really saw it from the inside.
Right.
And that experience just left me with this, all sorts of feelings. I mean, I saw remarkable humanity, and I saw remarkable inhumanity. And I wanted to artistically and creatively interpret what I saw. And that's what drew me with this idea of, well, what would happen if, and because I've always been a sci-fi freak, right? I've always been into UFOs and such. And so what would happen if an alien got caught in the U.S. Border Patrol, U.S. immigration system, and they went from there.
Wow, wow, that's something. So this film is gonna send a message to a lot of people. What do you hope the viewers take away from it?
Well, our festival run really has just recently started. We played at the Paris International Children's Festival, and we played in San Pablo, Brazil recently, and in Louisiana at the Bayou Film Festival. And I've only been able to attend two festivals,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because of geography. Um, but I'm amazed at how riled up people get over the presentation, the story. I want to do something to show absurdity, but I find that a lot of people are just plain upset after they see it, because they are so passionate about the subject.
Wow.
So I find the audience reactions very interesting, and unexpected. But you do your best as a filmmaker. You let it out, and
Mm-hmm.
how people interpret it is how people interpret it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And how did you set up some of these scenes? Matter of fact, let's take a look at the trailer. Can we do that? I'd like to show the trailer.
Sure.
1 second.
Come out and you will not be heard!
Hey, where are you from? Country of origin? How you stay right here?
De donde eres? What's he raising his hand for? Does he need to go to the bathroom?
Wow. So where did you get the ability to make this where it looked like you're inside one of these holding facilities? How did you pull that off?
Sure. Well, everything was shot in 3 days.
Amazing. Wow. 3 days.
Well, that just goes. I mean, after years of production experience, you just
Yeah.
make it happen. But I had a wonderful crew. The director of photography, Carlos Diaz Munoz, I thought did an incredible job of shooting this. It's shot anamorphic,
Mm-hmm.
which was a lot of fun. But we took a warehouse in San Antonio, Texas, and we were able to convert that into the holding facility.
Mm-hmm.
The exteriors that are supposed to be taking place by the Rio Grande are actually shot in a park in San Antonio. And then, of course, we mixed in, of course, real aerials from the area. But and we did all that during COVID too. So that was pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
Working in a very controlled environment. Well, let's say at the end of COVID, not in the middle of it, but at the very end
Sure.
of COVID.
Sure.
We were still shooting with protocols, even though a lot of people had stopped shooting with protocols.
Can you share a moment or something that was unexpected that left a lasting impression on you when you were doing it?
During the production?
Yeah.
Well, like with anybody, you work really as a filmmaker. You work real hard to find actors that will help you create your vision and cast the right people.
Yeah.
And I certainly did that. And I remember working on table reads and working on character development and discussing their character arcs. and doing all of that, before we shot.
Mhm.
But what I was stunned in many ways was just how much my acting team brought to the project. Each and every one of them just really passionately embraced their roles, and
Right.
thought they did a great job. The whole cast did.
Wow, man. Well, that's good.
And especially our main alien, who was a 12-year-old boy.
And as far as the casting went for this, a lot of people in San Antonio. It's not really it is kind of a small city, but I would assume it's busier than it used to be. Say, this is the last time I
Well,
was.
not all the cast was from San Antonio. I think very few of them were. Most were from Texas, but most were not from San Antonio. Maybe the extras. The extras were from San Antonio, but most of the main cast was coming in from wherever they came in from.
Right. Well, let me. So it was shot there in the San Antonio area, but this what has been the most challenging part of your production? You did it in 3 days, which means you don't have that many problems. but
We had a lot of problems. It was the alien, making sure the alien, making the decision of how to make the alien come to life. I mean,
right.
we had a limited budget. We really couldn't go with doing an animated alien. We couldn't really go with a puppet-tron. We thought about all of these things. Motion. We did tests with wearing a blue suit, the dots, doing all that tracking thing. And in the end, we kind of went with a combination. We went with prosthetics to create the alien, the actual alien, but where we really sold it was in the eyes. Those are all animated.
Okay, yeah, because you made them blink.
Yeah,
which
so
is
that's all.
not easy to.
So that's motion tracking animation, and then we had all sorts of sound effects added to make it all more real. And then on top of everything else, literally every frame is motion tracked to some degree, smoothing out the prosthetics and the look of the alien. So
right.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've been in a few festivals so far, and these are not sci-fi festivals. Are you submitting the film to sci-fi festivals other than MiSciFi?
Yes, that's we're planning to do several others. Yes.
Okay.
Obviously it's a mixed genre piece, and sometimes some of these festivals, well, is it a comedy? Is it a drama? Is it and I'm like, well, yes.
A lot of festivals. Some people may not understand how to program it. So they're looking at everything like this. That happens.
But that just comes from a long history of Mexican cinema, where we don't have a problem combining a Western with wrestlers and with space creatures, and music, and then might as well have a song in there. Mixing genres is just part of our culture as filmmakers.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that, which takes me to another question. But looking forward, are there any genres, roles, or types of projects you're particularly eager to explore? Any more science fiction from you? Do we expect this?
I certainly have a fantasy project that I have a completed script on. It involves ghosts, Mexican, Hispanic culture.
Sure.
It is a comedy.
Okay.
So there'll be more of this kind of stuff for me.
Okay. Good. How do you view the evolution of film and storytelling with the advent of new technologies and platforms? Do you think that this shapes or this provides additional opportunities for actors and filmmakers?
No, I don't. I think we're on the edge of some drastic changes. I can only, I can talk to you about what I'm experiencing, especially in the last 60 days. In the last 60 days, I have abandoned the use of storyboard artists as I've doing all of my story. I can't draw. I'm doing all of my storyboards through AI, through AI storyboard programs, or through AI imaging programs. Um, and storyboard artists that I've used for years, I hate to telling them, but no, I won't be using you anymore. There's no reason to. I'm creating photorealistic storyboards. That's one thing. I recently did my first use of an AI voiceover.
Wow. Okay.
And if you just Google it, there's
Yeah, there are a lot of tools out there.
AI voice programs out there online. You can pick from hundreds of voices. You can change their inflection,
Right.
and it's like about $30 a pop. Last week, I had to write a script on something that I really, really hated to do, which was like a bank mortgage financing commercial, which I have no interest in. I used AI to help me write the script. I can foresee a point within 2 to 3 years for some kid working in a garage going to create a complete AI movie. I don't know where that puts us all.
Well, I could say this much, and I'll say two things. One is that the less experienced viewer, the viewer that has the least amount of experience or the least amount of patience, perhaps will be more inclined to watch a film that's all AI versus someone who is accustomed to watching film. They're going to see the differences. This portion, this target area that I'm focusing on, I call it, which it was educated to me. I learned from Dean Lyon. He was one of our first sci-fi citizens that came. He was a VFX. He used to be the VFX supervisor for Lord of the Rings franchise, and he gave several talks about the uncanny valley, that portion of animation which is animation and then reality. Yes, it's getting closer and closer and closer, but we're still not there yet. And the trained eye can see the difference between the two. So I don't know.
It's getting very close.
It's getting very close, but I think that there will be a lot of people who are fooled, just like they've been fooled for already many years with content on social media. But there'll always be folks that can say, "Oh, that's not real." I can see that's it's fake. What's going on there?
It should be interesting.
But that number, but that number of people are getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The festival has an AI session. We have an AI session that will only play on the virtual channel because it's not ready yet. It's not ready for prime time. So we'll see. We'll see when it comes to that category. I know that there are a lot of advances. I know that there are lots of tools and bells and whistles that can help us produce stuff. We use AI to produce content and things as well. Whereas in the past, we probably would need to spend a lot of money and have quite a few more people. But now we're able to do it with less money and less people, certain things. And it actually comes out better.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing.
Yeah. So let's go into a fun part now. So
Sure.
what was your favorite film your last favorite film you watched?
Boy, the Poor Things. I thought Poor Things was really amazing.
Poor things. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I also saw Dune last week,
Mhm.
which I just loved.
Awesome. Okay. It's changed a bit from the original, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's good
Yeah.
work. Really
Yeah.
good work.
Yeah. Star Trek or Star Wars or both or
Star
neither.
Trek.
Star Trek.
Yeah. I'm a complete Trek nut idiot. I'm an idiot, Trek idiot.
Trek fan.
I don't think there's a series. I don't think there's anything they haven't made that I haven't seen.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
totally.
what'd you think of third season Picard?
I thought it was amazing. Amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, I was just not ready for how good that was going to be.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Caught a lot of
right.
people out. Caught a lot
Yeah,
of people
I mean,
off
it's
guard.
like, why did you guys warn me that, yeah. And I also felt the same about the last season of Strange New,
Strange New Worlds.
yeah, that singing episode still blows me away.
Still resonates. Still
I think it's
resonates.
one of the most brilliant Star Trek episodes ever made.
That's awesome.
The Star Trek musical.
Well, it's Picard did so well that I think they're going to give him his movie. He wants a movie. He wants one more movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? I mean, yeah.
People going to watch it.
Of course. I'm going to go see it.
People going to spend
But
money.
yeah, that was. And yeah, my wife is not really. She kind of jumped into it late, and so we're watching Picard, and I'm like, okay, that's a cue, and I'm having to explain, some real fundamental things. No, that's a changeling. See, the changelings and blah 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 blah. And I'm sure she must think I'm nuts that I know all this, but
Wow.
but anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm also a big Doctor Who fan.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
Good. Well, that's fantastic. So, that's pretty much we've covered all bases here. I really enjoyed our conversation.
yeah, likewise.
You're awesome, and I look forward to you participating at the festival where you can. We've got 3 panels this season. You did get our email on this.
Yes, yeah, I think I signed up for to go to them.
Okay, good. All right. Well, awesome, Rodrigo. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. You guys are doing a great festival. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I can only imagine how much work it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Thank you.
we aim to please, and it's small enough where it can adapt these different situations that are thrown at us. We're only doing 2 days really this year, which is what we did 2 years ago, which was okay, but I prefer a 3-day event, and so we'll see how it all pans out. There are high hopes. There are way too many films on the roster. So it's going to be a very compressed event.
Well, I look forward to geeking out and seeing as much as I can.
Yeah, there's some really good film, man. That's the reason why it's so compressed, because we even typically we bring on every film we like. Every film we like, we bring it on. But this year we actually cut. Even though we've got a full schedule, we still cut about 20 films were cut that really should have been shown. And so that's where it is. Okay.
Well, thank you. See you in a few days.
Likewise. Definitely. Looking forward. Bye for now.
Go.